I do feel, though, if there's any manager that lifts a team in a situation like this, that man is Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, listen, make no mistake about this manager and this team and this club. It'll bounce back. You've got to use experiences like this to learn and grow and keep going and bottle the feeling. Now, this game is either the best night of your life or it's one of the worst feelings you can experience in football. That's the way it is. There's no second chance, so you go away with the regrets if you're on the losing side. But these will dust themselves down. They went for everything this season, and I've got no doubt that they'll bounce back and go for everything again next year.
OK, let me hand you back then to our commentary trio this evening, Darren Fletcher, alongside Steve Manaman and Glenn Hobble.
Well, it's a season that's brought so much joy to Liverpool and the supporters, but heartbreaking equal measure with the league title near miss and tonight's defeat here in Paris. The guard of honour being made by the European champions Real Madrid, and the looks on those Liverpool faces tell you what they're feeling, Steve. The FA Cup and the League Cup's a great return, but they'll all be devastated that they couldn't get it done tonight. They played in 63 games in the last 9.5 months, and on the balance they've been superb, but they'll be so hurt and so heartbroken by what's happened here.
Yes, and rightly so. One team are completely joyous, aren't they? The other is devastated, and that's what this tournament is all about. You can't please everybody all the time, but yeah, it has been a missed opportunity for Liverpool. Real disappointment this last 6 days. They've been excellent, of course they have. They'll look back on this when they get on the plane home and think, you know what if we could have done this, what if we could have done that? But they come up against an incredibly strong team with great experience, great knowledge of this competition, and an inspired performance from Thibaut Courtois, who, as I said earlier on, has had a wonderful season.
Alexander Seferin putting the losers' medals around the necks of the Liverpool players. There's Mo Salah going through. Of course, there will be questions after this, Glenn, particularly on the future of Sadio Mane after what he said in the build-up. So there's going to be an interesting summer at Anfield, and of course they'll look at this and they'll want to come back and they'll want to get their hands on the trophies that they didn't get this time.
Yeah, of course, and it's been a real bitter pill, but it's been an extra bitter pill. You know, they thought they had a chance actually with minutes to go to win the league, the Premier League. Now they've just lost out in a game that they will feel they've done enough. 23 attempts at goal, 9 on target, and then you let your opponents have 3 attempts and they win 1-0. Even though Madrid played well second half, that will be a bitter pill for them, but they'll come again. Whether Mane stays, whether Salah stays longer than the year, who knows? But they'll come again because they're that good.
So it's time for the champions. Here come Real Madrid, 5 in a row in the 50s, the very first here in Paris in 1956. Wonderful embrace there between Florentino Perez and Carlo Ancelotti. 3 in a row with Ronaldo more recently, and now 14 in all for the greatest club side of them all, but I don't think any have been as dramatic as this one. He's got the medal around his neck, Carlo Ancelotti, a record breaker himself. There's a big smile there on the face of Casemiro. So many players who gave heroic performances, particularly in the second half, with a defensive effort that they should be applauded for.
Yes, very much so. They were defensively very strong, very organised. A team that concedes goals was strong today and didn't concede goals. Militao had a really good game. I thought Alaba was excellent, Casemiro in front of him, and Courtois, of course, behind them.
Courtois has just received his medal, and nobody down there deserves one more than him.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. World-class saves, assured anything that he come for, crossing-wise, from set plays, he was assured. But I think what impressed me with Real Madrid today is the way they turned their performance round. They were out of it for 40 minutes. They found it hard to get the ball down and play their normal game. And yet second half, that's very tough to come out in such a big game and turn it, because they played better. They looked like a threat in the second half.
Well, just out of picture, the Liverpool squad have all stayed out there to watch this and show the respect to the team that beat them tonight, which should be applauded. It's not all the time that we see that. There's the very talented Eduardo Camavinga, who's had quite an impact on this Real Madrid team this season, as has Rodrigo, whose semi-final goals were instrumental. And there's the man who's won it for them tonight, Vinicius Junior. And all of a sudden he's a superstar in Madrid.
Real standout year from him. Went away in the summer, worked hard, come back and had a real breakthrough year. Outstanding. Saw Eden Hazard, the medal around his neck there, and Marcelo at the end's going to be waiting.
You wonder whether it's going to be his final time, final game, final moment like this in the white of Real Madrid. No players won more trophies in the history of the club than Marcelo. There's Karim Benzema, whose 44 goals have helped Real Madrid win the Spanish League, the Champions League, and it should win him the Ballon d'Or as well. He's been outstanding. And finally Marcelo, who can't believe it. So here's the moment, the big silver trophy handed to Marcelo, who's dreamed about this moment. He might be waving goodbye to Real Madrid, and he might be taking the Champions League trophy with him. He wants the crowd inside the stadium to raise the roof, because he's about to raise the greatest trophy in club football. He joins the rest of his teammates. The Champions League trophy's heading back to Madrid, back to its spiritual home. The champions of Spain are the champions of Europe. It's 14 and counting for Real Madrid.